Yo, what's happening, everybody? You're tuning in to Music and Motivation with Chris Davis, and this is episode number 140. Let's hop into things. I got some music queued up for y'all. I hope y'all enjoy. This is track number 2 off Afternoon Rain. This is Vibin'. Hope y'all enjoyed that. That was Vibin'. That's track number 2 off of, I think I said Afternoon Rain. I think in reality it was Twilight Drive, but nonetheless, it's track number 2 off of my last album. How's it hanging, guys? I hope y'all are hanging in there on a Wednesday. I'm trying to. It's coming out a little later than usual because it took a little extra to get it out today. But that's what happens, man. Sometimes you push a little extra to get through a harder day, right? But regardless, man, thank you specifically for being here with me today, man. If you're tuning into this podcast, chances are you're a savage. But not only that, man, I really appreciate you. 100%, dude. And by being here, you're trying to establish a sense of community with me. And this is a community that cares about each other and what's going on in our lives, man. So thank you, bro. I care about what's going on in your life, dude, and I hope you're having a good week, dude. A lot of people out there having a tough week this week, dude. And, how do I want to put this? People are having a hard time right now, just in general, whether it's the labor shortage, whether it's not having commodities or things that we deem necessities available right now, you know what I mean? It's a lot, dude. And what I'm asking of you right now, and I'm not asking a lot, but everybody's, it feels, working on their last leg and has been for like the last 18 months. So what I'm asking you, man, is to try to treat everybody with kindness and respect, okay? And I know that's acting a lot, dude. And in fact, I think we need a little bit more patience out there too, bro. Kindness, respect, and patience, dude. Just for anybody, especially when we're on the roads, dude. You know, um, I don't think any destination is so important that somebody needs to lose their life. because for you to get there. That's all I'm saying, dude. The amount of just like inconsiderateness I'm seeing I'm trying to choose words that aren't curse words right now for the first 10 minutes. That Catholic boy 10 minutes, try not to curse. But just people being inconsiderate on the roads out there, man. Whether it's, not letting somebody into the highway from an on-ramp just because it's heavy. We still got to figure out, I call it threading the needle, man. We got to be able to let people in. We don't need to race around them. If you want to get over when you can, you know what I mean? St. Louis drivers, dude, it just feels like everybody in a serious rush. And the thought process is, you don't know where I'm going. You know what I mean? Your place that you're going to is not as important as my place. And look, we all get caught up in the moment. We all get caught up in the tasks at hand, and trying to get them done so that we can be done for the day. It happens. I'm guilty of it. But, you know what I mean? Try to have more patience on the road, okay? And try to treat everybody you come across with a little bit of kindness and respect, bro. That's the biggest thing right now in 2021. I feel like we all talk about how the internet's just a mob right now, how some people got especially good at fighting on the internet, you know what I mean? Whether it's social media or in the comments or what have you, you know what I mean? It's brutal, bro. It's brutal. And I'm out here to remind you, dude, try to have respect and kindness and patience on social media as well, dude. We don't need to be adding to that mob, you know what I mean? And if you find yourself getting into more than, 2 or 3 fights on social media a week, I'm going to tell you you want to know how many fights on social media I have a week? Zilch. Okay, and I've been doing this podcast for 2 years. I say some stuff on here, you know what I mean? But I'm coming from a place of kindness and respect. Love, loyalty, and respect for you guys. That's what I say makes a Goomba, right? Well, I'm trying to be your Goomba. And I'm out here coming at you with love, loyalty, and respect, dude. The reason I talk so much about kindness and patience is I need to find some too, dude. And it's definitely tough. It's a struggle some days, especially on those hard days, bro. Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry if you're in the car. You just heard my knee. Heard my knee hit the mic. Because I'm kicking it back with you today, bro. That's right. We got our 20 or 30 minutes of hanging. We're going to do it. I do have some stuff written down for us today. Let's see what we got. I wanted to address that, bro. I also need to address, the infrequency, let's see, what words am I looking for? I'm trying to apologize to you guys specifically because you're my Goombas. And if you're listening to this, you're my Goomba, bro. We're friends or family or some sort, you know what I mean? I'm apologizing to you because I haven't been posting as many. You know what I mean? It used to be every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, bro. And here we are. Last week, I don't even think I posted one. And if you were waiting for it and looking forward to it, man, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to do these more frequently, and I'm holding myself to once a week, right? Last week was a fluke, guys. I had a lot of stuff. October, the first week of October, I have 7 birthdays. If I could flip my camera around and show you my calendar, it's birthday week from the 5th through the 12th of October. It's just insane. And then you got my anniversary in there. KD and I, Dr. Evil and I, whoever you want to call her, my lovely, beautiful wife, went on a lake trip this weekend for our anniversary, and that was super awesome. And I was able to recenter myself a little bit. So that's again why I'm here with y'all today, because I'm trying to make the frequency of these podcasts more regular. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm sorry they haven't been. But that's not to say I don't love you guys. I really enjoy the time we spend together. And the whole point of this podcast is for me to be able to connect with you guys, my long distance friends, So I'm in it with y'all. Okay, sorry I took the week off. Your boy ain't been on his shit. And let me tell me if any of these problems are relatable, okay? You've been grinding and you haven't been getting a whole lot in return. Whether it's the listenership, followership, money, whatever, grinding with little return kind of sucks, okay? I've been feeling a little bit of that, you know what I mean? I'm trying not to get burnt out on both podcasting and music and comedy. My three, outside of my wife, my other three loves in my life, and my Volkswagen. There's no burning out my Volkswagen. Knock on wood. But, okay, tell me if this is relatable. Feeling like you're how do I put this? Income potential isn't where you think it should be, or you're not making as much money, and you're finding yourself having tiny money problems popping up here and there. Or C, number 3, you're finding no motivation to do the things that you normally feel in love, okay? All 3 of those things lead to depression, and if you feel like you're related to any of them, maybe you need to talk to somebody, okay? Maybe a therapist, maybe a homie, okay? And that's what our Goombas are there for. I'll get to that more in a second. But, look, I've been going through a little bit of all 3 of those, bro. And that's just me being straight with you guys. You know what I mean? If you're my friend and you're listening into this, I'm just telling you what's going on over here. Okay, those are the 3 issues that I'm having. They're not huge. It's not real problems at this point because I'm still able to find and remind myself that I got things to be grateful for. When I'm falling into a little bit of a depressing sludge, I have to look at the things I'm grateful for and count my blessings a little bit, okay? That's how I find my way to be happy again, Money comes and goes, but the biggest lesson my dad taught me when it comes to money is just it's a tool. And if you think of it as anything but a tool, you can get yourself into serious trouble, okay? That's why we work, is to make sure that we got the tools we need in life to get through, okay? And money is one of those tools, right? But, we invest it, we spend it, we save it. But it's a weird tool, man. You don't go and invest your lawnmower, right? You don't go invest your sander unless you're a G and you figure out ways to run out your tools. It's a good way to not get your tools back, but it's what it is, All I'm saying, man, is something that I gotta, remind myself, and what I'm trying to remind you guys, if you're going through any of those 3 problems I talked about, grinding with little return, money issues, motivational issues, bro, keep on trucking, dude. It's easier said than done. I hate that old pull yourself up by the bootstraps and just keep pushing thing, which is why I like the keep on trucking one a little bit better, because trucking, you know something's going down. Whether it's a little illicit or you're living that true American dream trucking, bro. We're going to keep on trucking. And that's how I have to do it. But just like the Grateful Dead, man, I got to count my blessings, and I got to count what I'm grateful for, dude. And number 1 right now, while I'm thinking about it on this podcast, right at this moment, I am most grateful for you guys. Okay? If you're tuning into this, you're a G, bro. Thank you for listening. Sometimes, before I hop into tips and stuff, man, sometimes the universe, to finish off these thoughts, okay? Sometimes the universe shoots us signs that we're either in the right place or we're doing what we need to be, doing that's right. You know what I mean? And I see those. The universe lets me know, A, I'm at the right spot I'm supposed to be at the right time, and B, I'm doing what's right by the universe, you know what I mean? And I'm asking you guys to look for those in your life. And I think only you can determine what those signs are, man. I don't think they're universal for every single person, but generally, I know I'm working the right job if I see something Grateful Dead on the first day. I know that one sounds a little weird, but that's been something that's told me, hey, you're at the right spot right now. Jerry's here with you. You're going to be fine. And I know how goofy that sounds, but I tell you, every job that has been like a good job for me, that either I've enjoyed, I made some serious money, or was like a necessary part of my development, man, I've seen either the same magazine, the same book, or the same album/album art, and I know I'm in the right place. So look for those kind of signs in your life. I bet it's not the Grateful Dead for you, or seeing Jerry's face at the work site, but figure out what it is, man. The universe likes to send us little signs that let us know that everything will be okay, or that we're in the right spot at the right time. So look for those, man, and that helps reassure me when I'm dealing with my problems a little bit too. But enough of me sounding like a crazy person, man. Well, probably a little bit more of that yet to come. But let's hop into our tips for surviving the week. And let's see if I got my sound clips, bro. I think I do. Tip number 1 for surviving the week, man. Look to those Goombas. Hold them close. And if you haven't seen your Goombas in a while, man, call them. And what I'm talking about, Goombas, I'm talking about those people who got love, loyalty, and respect in their heart for you, bro. Those are your Goombas. Give them a call. Check in. Even if you're doing a little rough. Even if you don't want to talk about it. Talking to my best friend can put a smile on my face and or change my day. I'm telling you. Sometimes, if I got a random call from my man Farmer, bro, my day's completely changed. 100%. Completely different mood when I'm off the phone with him, no matter what I was dealing with beforehand. Who knows? Same for random, other Goombas in my life. Like, for instance, Monday I got a call from my man, Dr. Jeff Kaiser, who is a professor at the college I went to. And random call, I definitely saw it was his contact, so I pick it up, and he's going to be in town on Thursday. I wanted to go out to lunch with me, which, God bless him for thinking about me, man. And if you're listening to this, Jeff, bro, I hope you have a good day. Looking forward to it / love you, buddy. But that made my Monday 10 times better, dude. I was not feeling super hot and definitely was a little in my head. And, that changed my day, dude. So call your Goombas. I try to call 2 to 3 a week just to check in because I got a lot of long-distance Goombas. But Goombas nonetheless, bro. Mad love and respect, dude. And they help get you through the hard times, bro. Tip number 2 for surviving the week. Impose your will on the world, bro. Just a little bit. And I'm not talking about in any malicious way. I'm just saying that's why we write out our goals, right? Both short-term and long-term. And it's really good to visualize a couple, at least 2, man. 2 or 3 long-term goals. That way we can grow by attaining them a little bit. You don't want to stale out and just do the same thing repeatedly every day, right? Am I right? That's called monotony. And it gets monotonous. And, man, I deal with monotony too, bro. And it's important to be able to change it up a little bit, bro. A little bit. But that's what I'm talking about. Imposing your will, dude. Trying to accomplish those goals. And that's what it's so important to be writing out our goals for the week, dude. Crossing them off. That's how we grow and attain those long-term bigger goals that we talk about, Tip number 3 for surviving the week. Don't be afraid to ask for help, bro. I am the worst at this. And I think society kind of imposes it on men a little bit, but I bet it's just as true for women. I just don't know from my experience, dude. You don't want to seem like you can't do it, something. You don't want to seem like you're not adequate enough in whatever way. Maybe, again, the phrase that keeps coming to mind when I'm thinking about this throughout the week is called income potential. That shit'll really bum you out a little bit, bro. But don't be afraid to ask for help, bro. Whether it's mental help or just financial help that will keep you out of serious trouble, whatever, man. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You're not a loser, and you're not less than anybody else. You know what I mean? Especially right now. And we've had 18 months of hell, dude. This whole coronavirus bullshit has just been a goddamn terror. And I'm not saying nothing about it. It's real. I had it, But it's just been a terror as far as people respecting each other and society kind of flipping on itself. So, man, I understand. A lot of us need help. I need help sometimes. And you know what? If my wife is listening to it, um, she is the best help in my life. You know what I mean? That is my true partner, and she's the person that I like who gets me by. You know what I mean? Same for Farmer. Same for my parents. Same for even Caleb and my siblings, man. Like, I wouldn't get by without these Goombas. And sometimes all the help that I really need is just somebody to get my mind off shit. So that's what I'm talking about with that tip number 1. Calling them Goombas, bro. Sometimes just that call is the like little bit of help you need, to get your mind off shit a little bit. So moving on, man, I'm gonna get off the heavy shit. I'm sorry. I don't want this to be a bummer episode, right? Take a sip of coffee. You take a sip of coffee if you got some, bro. Sip up. Let's see. Tips for musicians, man. My tip number 1 for musicians every single week is keep practicing. And that's so big, bro, because we don't get better and we don't grow if we don't put the time in. You know what I mean? And it might not always be comfy. You might not, feel like it. You might be worn out. You might not think you have 20 minutes to play. But you always got 20 minutes during a day to play. That's just something you tell yourself to procrastinate, bro. To try to squeeze in 20 to 30 minutes of practice 3 to 4 times a week, and that's what it takes to become a G at any instrument, dude. Honestly, if you put in 20 minutes 3 times a week, bro, within 2 months, you're going to be a stellar musician. You just got to keep working it, dude. And in the digital age, you got more resources at your disposal than any musicians in all of history. Even the grand court musicians who might have had like the king's salary / money at his availability, sponsorship, you know what I mean? He still didn't have nearly as many resources to develop our musical skills as you do just by going on YouTube. That's all I'm saying. So don't tell yourself you can't do it either. That's tip number 2. Don't give up. Okay, don't tell yourself you can't or that you'll never be good enough, because it doesn't matter. You're doing it for you, bro. At the end of the day, the best musicians do it because they can't live without it. Okay, because if I didn't play a guitar, I'd be literally just like, commit me to the loony farm. Please, just send me there, because I ain't going to work. It's not going to work out. That's what my uncle always told me, too. It was that if he couldn't have a guitar in his hand, if like he lost a hand, he'd either figure out how to play guitar one-handed or with his feet, or you could just send him off to the loony farm because he'd probably end up shooting somebody. You know what I mean? Find ways to fall in love with playing music. That's tip number 3. Fall in love with playing music because it's the best stress relief in the world. It's a great social barrier breaker. You know what I mean? If I didn't play music, I probably wouldn't talk to half my musician friends. You know what I mean? Because I'd be too scared to, because I don't know what the hell they're doing. You know what I mean? Especially for non-musicians. When you hear a really good musician doing their thing, you're in awe of that person, and you're just like, oh, I can't mess with you, bro. You're some next level shit. And I remember that, and I have to try to remember that sometimes, because it's hard to listen to music from the perspective of somebody who doesn't play an instrument when you play like all the instruments. Tip number 3 for musicians: hang with other musicians. That's a big one, dude. And there's lots of musicians that I really want to be like hanging with too, that your boy's too much of a pansy to ask these people to hang out with them. It's true, bro. If you got people in your life that you think you'd be really good friends with, but you're too afraid to hang out with them, just ask them. Whether it's a chick you're into or like again, in my case, it's musicians that I am inspired by that are like on my level. Not on my level, they're a little bit better than me, but still, they're relatable / easy people to talk to, And sometimes it's horrifying, bro. Because you don't want that rejection, but you know what I mean? Like, if they are like reasonable musicians, they're down. You know what I mean? And if they're not, if they're jackasses, if they're rude to you, you didn't need to be hanging out with them anyways. That's kind of one way to weed out the cool people from the bad people, is just by going and doing your thing and seeing how they respond, you know? So, I feel like I've gone super long on this episode, but that's okay. It's all about hanging with you guys, bro. I hope you get something from these tips, and I'm not just rambling, dude. But I try to share my experiences / my thoughts on here, almost journal style with you, just to see, if any of my tips help you guys out. It's worth it. You know what I mean? I do have some albums of the week. I did come prepared, man. So, album of the week for rock, dude. Let's hear it. You know what I'm saying? Album of the week for rock is Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill. And this was their first released album, and it's got one of my favorite songs, My Old School, on there, which makes me think of my middle school every single time. So go check that out, man. That's album of the week for rock. That's Steely Dan's Can't Buy a Thrill. It's awesome, dude. Let's see. We got album of the week for blues. We got Albert Collins' Ice Pickin'. And Albert Collins, dude, one of the best blues guitarists of all time. Farmer, this is an album for you, dude. Again, this is album of the week for blues. This is Albert Collins' Ice Pickin'. Hope y'all enjoy that. That'll be some sweet, classic blues guitar. Album of the week for jazz, we got another guitarist. We got Wes Montgomery, my favorite jazz guitarist, and his album Full House, which is the album that turned me on to him, dude. I want y'all to check that out. That's album of the week for jazz, Wes Montgomery, Full House. And last but not least, we got album of the week for metal, which I've been listening to a shit ton of Iron Maiden lately. So the album that I've been listening to the most is, though I've been hitting a couple, is Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast. Okay? I wouldn't say it's their best album, but it's the one that I like the most. So go check that one out. That's Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast. And that's all for our Albums of the Week segment. As always, you guys know I love hanging with y'all. Mad love and respect. Let's take a sip of coffee. Smoke them if you got them.
Oh, this is tremendous. Tremendous. This is tremendous.
It is tremendous. Any day with you guys is tremendous, dude. And if you're a first-time listener, man, or if you're on the YouTube, make sure you follow / subscribe, whether it's on Spotify or Facebook or YouTube, dude. Subscribe, maybe like the video, comment, do your thing, because everything helps. Okay, the algorithm still, your boy doesn't like your boy. It's just what it is. And I don't let it bother me too much, you know what I mean? Because it's about you guys and me and us hanging out, and who wouldn't want to be us, bro? You know what I mean?
Oh, this is tremendous. Tremendous.
You're tremendous.
This is tremendous.
Look, man, I'm going to leave you on this, dude. Call your Goombas. Call one or two of them this week, bro. Let them know you love them, you care about them, you're thinking about them, you want to hang out soon. 2, if you've been having a couple problems in your life, think about them. I want you to think about the things you're actually grateful for instead. Okay, that's what we're shooting for. Try to think of 3 to 5 things we're grateful for, and focus on that, because that'll help you pull yourself out of the gutter, dude. With that, dude, I hope you have an awesome rest of your week, dude. I'm going to be back either Monday or Wednesday next week. Who knows? I'll be here for one of them. That's my promise. I love you guys. Keep tuning in. This has been Music and Motivation with Chris Davis. Mad love and respect.